What's up? Welcome, everybody.
We're live.
Let us know if you can't hear the coughs. Let us know. That's very important.
Those coughs are super important.
Spoiler alert, I was out from work sick yesterday, so my apologies for my cough.
Don't get me sick.
I'll do my best.
Everybody leans away except Ryan.
Still vaguely feverish. Still here. You're welcome.
My wife has given me a immunity of steel.
Yeah, I bet that's true. Welcome to another week of Role ConTROLL. We do have one announcement to make this time. We should announce that we're going to be on New Year's Day too. Okay, sure. We have two announcements.
Our schedule. We have an announcement of our schedule.
Yes. First off, we will not be meeting next Tuesday. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day kind of make us want to be with family, that weird thing that we have. Even though like Teddy gets to be with family on nights like this. Almost. But
and at least in the aftermath of nights like this.
That's a shout out to you guys. By the way. We are going to be canceling next Tuesday, but we are going to reschedule for a one shot that we have no information on other than we are planning Friday at 7 p.m. right here, Central Standard Time.
Friday the 28th, so next week.
Not good with the numbers, so there we go.
And we have no idea how it might go longer since it is a Friday. We are available to stay out a little bit later. So our parents will let us, so so we might be out quite a bit later.
You get permission to be out of the basement that long?
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I don't think
video games are gonna miss me.
I don't think we know who's DMing. I don't think we know what is DMing.
We have a lot of secret information that we're just not sharing with you
Yeah,
guys
okay.
yet.
Yeah, we definitely know it all though.
It'll be fun. We'll do something fun no matter what. So come hang out with us, and it'll be great.
Might be beer pong.
No.
No.
It'll probably end up being beer pong.
Putting the kibosh on that.
Alright, so Jane's uninvited. Beer pong next Friday.
Yeah. All right.
It's just 3 hours of Tyler versus Ryan beer pong. Have fun.
Keep in mind we're drunk after 45 minutes.
Going for that slow entertainment vibe.
We've actually really wanted to do that multiple times on stream. Okay, sorry.
Would you watch it? Let us know.
Actually, yeah. Alright, we're too distracted. The Tuesday after New Year's Day.
Yes.
We will be filming
back to the regular
at 7 p.m. Central,
just like normal.
And going on from there for the foreseeable future.
Maybe I should bring champagne, and then we can have a toast to the new year.
That alcohol might be a problem the New Year's Day. We'll see for some people.
By 7 p.m. You guys are absurd. Okay,
we'll play it by ear.
Let's move on.
All right.
We can use the fake grape juice, apple juice. That's what we'll do.
And that is, since there's no comments, I'm going to assume everything is good.
Or nobody's watching.
Or nobody heard you.
There's people watching. There's nothing about audio. So we're going to take it off. And the group just defeated a small group of interesting-looking individuals. And I'm pretty sure that's right where we left it.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
So.
Alright, nap?
Please.
In the middle of the road with 40 dudes behind us?
No, we're not.
So many reasons.
We only need 4 hours.
You only need 4 hours. The rest of us need 8.
Oh. That's a lot of your problem.
We've been traveling together for 8 months, Sai. How do you not know this about me
let
yet?
me just keep track of everyone's sleep schedule. This is really important.
I need 8 hours sleep. This has been a divisive point
There's
for
a
8
dragon.
months of our lives.
There's a dragon. Let's talk about sleep
We've been arguing about this for 8
Enemies
months.
within shouting distance.
No, I'm pretty sure
Prove
we're
it.
far enough away from them that they're not.
Didn't we go an hour after
Yeah.
them? Yeah, we went an hour and a half or something.
20. They heard you. So 4 hours?
Well, is there any place we could do so and be hidden?
I look around to see if there's any place that we could do so and be hidden.
You want to rest for 8 hours?
I want to rest for 4.
Maybe 4. It's wooded and hilly terrain. You could try to be stealthy about it, or go deeper, or look for a cave or something. Nothing is I can't see over there.
All right, let's split up and look for a cave or kind of something in the mountainous region, and that should be a little bit more safe.
Split up?
Yeah.
You really think that's a smart idea?
Yeah, you and us 3. No?
Okay, sure. And when you meet somebody who speaks Draconic, and you can't do anything about it.
We just fought people that spoke Draconic.
Yeah, and guess what? Me speaking to them gave you a chance to beat them.
It's true. It was very helpful.
Hmm.
They were not expecting it. I knocked down a person before they even got going.
All right, let's go find a cave.
I just want to remind
we'll
everybody of that.
rest.
I knocked down a person before anybody else even got going.
That's super cool.
So everybody remembers my worth in this group.
I'm gonna wander off and go try to find a cave.
Okay.
I'll do it stealthily.
Okay, then roll stealth and then roll perception.
Give me about 5 minutes and need to untie this knot.
Why would you not do that? In the million
Do
years
that
we
for this
spent
roll.
doing announcements.
There you go. That's a
27.
all right. Now perception.
I don't get a +7 to that. 16.
How far are you willing to go?
Sorry, 15.
Okay, what are you?
I'll go maybe 50 or 60 yards.
What are you really trying to? Are you trying to look for something close that's like a decent spot? Or are you trying to go farther away for a really good
I'm
spot?
trying to find a place that's close and a good sleeping spot.
Okay.
Roll to see if the cave stealth check works out.
There might be a roll to see if there is a cave.
You find a so you go about 60 feet out. You look up the hill a little bit more. You actually see kind of a rock that's laying there, but you can see that there's like a little cave or a hole behind it a little bit.
Are we all together still?
You're the only one who went that I heard.
All right.
That's not the signal. Sai, that's not the signal.
I found a cave. It's up there.
Oh my
So do
god.
you shout
We've been
that back?
together for
He's like 60
literally
feet out.
weeks. How do you not know how to whistle?
Oh, I can whistle.
But can Sai whistle?
I cannot really whistle, and I've decided that Anna also cannot because,
That's way not okay. Okay, cool. Rolled for migraine.
And?
And I'm good.
I think that's him calling to us. He never really mastered the signal, so I don't know if that's there's an enemy, or I'm coming back, or I found a good thing.
He also never
I don't roll
really
my sleeping bag in the
explained what he was doing before he walked off.
Also that,
Or
yeah.
you get your 4.
Kinda like this morning.
To be fair, we were all kind of asleep.
Right.
At
But
least
it might
we're
be
awake
worth
now.
it to head towards the call. Even if it's wrong.
Yeah,
I would
let's
say
go.
if he's getting attacked, can we just...
It might have been a little more, less whistly. Might have been a
He
little more
is
screaming.
kind of helpful.
Oh,
I am a little bit fond of his stupidity sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I know.
You're not.
You're not here. You did not say that in front
That came
of you.
from his person.
Yeah, that was Ryan to James. Thank you.
All right, let's go. Like we're.
Pretty sure they're dating.
I think so too.
Did you say that audibly?
Not, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Most people are fond of my stupidity. Most just don't want to admit it. Fact. According to me.
Gee, Wick could say the same thing.
So wait, to clarify, do your characters think we're in a poly relationship?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
Belcher doesn't judge. Whatever, do whatever you want.
Okay.
Let's go to Ilion so I can meet my comet.
Okay. Let's find Sai. Let's make that happen.
Okay, so you guys are going to look for him?
Sure.
Yeah, we follow.
Okay, give me perceptions.
Do you want me to give you a perception to see if I see them?
No, you went in and put your sleeping bag down.
I mean,
It's a good start.
But,
Oh,
I told
was
you
it?
it was
I
only
thought
going to
you-
roll
it
for one
was a
good
joke,
one
but
and then it was
that's
going
up
to
to you.
stop.
what did you want to do?
I was gonna.
That's like
I was
the
gonna
lowest
sit at the front
perception
and
of the
just see if I
mountains
saw any.
Oh,
of my
okay,
friends.
okay. Then they don't need to roll perception.
That's it.
You guys can find
That's
him.
it.
Oh, okay. We can see him.
Yeah, he said he went in and rolled a sleep baby, so it was a joke.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Hi.
Found a cave.
Oh, hey.
Come on in. Make yourself at home.
You know you used the wrong call, right?
What's it called?
That
I don't think I can whistle.
What
Come on
time of
in.
day is it?
It's like a little after midday.
Wick runs
Yep,
herself
that's
into
kinda
a
what I
wall. How
thought.
much
You
damage
guys
do I
just-
take?
It's like 2 p.m.
You guys just
It's
slept.
like,
We didn't just sleep. We've been walking for like 3 hours, and we had a fight.
It's 2 p.m.
That's not just sleep.
All the
you know what?
adrenaline would
My
be leaving our
wife
body and we would be
regularly
tired.
gets up from sleep, drinks a whole pot of coffee, sits around for an hour, and then goes back to bed for a 4-hour nap. Like, this is a regular occurrence on Saturdays. So
I do
we're
the same
just
thing.
following the
Also,
we're just
you
following
know,
that
we
schedule.
all just got kind of banged up.
And we didn't even have coffee.
And after a battle, I would assume that all the adrenaline would be leaving our bodies, and
Yeah.
we would be
Dissipating
pretty
into
I was going to
freaking
say, how much do we have to climb, and how much is Wick just going to sit on the ground?
It's not overly difficult.
Okay, for 3'2" gnome.
You can make it
In
up.
heavy armor. Or medium.
Heavy, I'm in chainmail.
Right.
It's a little bit more of a struggle than the others, so you can make it up. It's not like you're going up, or you can walk it. It's
Oh,
just
I can walk it? Okay, it's not, I don't have to climb.
No, you're not climbing this.
It's not a
right now.
sheer cliff face
No.
that I'm climbing.
Because literally none of us can boost
Yeah.
you, so like...
Also, I don't know if any of us could actually climb.
It depends on what we're climbing with.
Yeah.
Acrobatics or athletics.
I climb pretty well. I climb my movement speed.
Alright.
All right, so you guys go into the cave that I found.
Yeah.
We've accomplished a lot so far.
Cool.
Great.
And you
first
take
20
a
minutes of the
4-hour short rest?
No!
That's
what
what I
Wait,
said.
No, we go to bed for 8.
I call it size cave in case anyone was curious.
No. I don't want to know what's in there.
You are.
It's true.
It's too easy.
And it's the middle of the day, so you
Wait,
see
but
everything.
wait, is there a back door? To size.
So it's 4 hours goes by.
Yep. I wake up.
Okay.
The rest of us are still. Wait, no. We need to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
guys
we
want
would've
to
said
watch
a
first? First.
I'll take second.
I can. Well, he'll wake up for 3rd,
Yeah, I'll wake up for 3rd and be good to go.
and then I'll wake up eventually. I don't know how I ended up with all the sleep here. That was weird.
I don't know.
Super weird.
8 hours later.
Next time it'll be one of you two.
8 hours later, right? Right?
Okay. First watch. Then you wake up the next one. Second watch. Wake up sigh.
So now it's like 10 p.m.
No,
When
that's
we
would be
wake
2, 4. So it was, I'd say probably closer to 1 o'clock. So 3, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So the sun's
Well,
starting to go.
he's got 4.
4.
Right. So
The
That's
rest
a
of
long
us
rest
still
for
need
him.
8.
The rest of us.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
you're,
but
you're
once,
4 hours
once
in.
I wake up,
Oh,
I can
once-
carry the
Got it.
the
Yeah,
sentence.
okay.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
I didn't know we were stopping at him waking up. I thought this was the rest of the...
Not yet.
Got it. We were confused. Please continue to do something stupid while we're all asleep.
I wish you guys would get in your minds what kind of sleep schedule I'm on. That'd be really great.
Oh
If you
my
could take care of
Normally,
that.
this is not your sleep
Oh
schedule.
my god. Yeah, normally you sleep longer than anybody else. Just out of force of will.
So you kind of feel the stone that you were that you have kind of like vibrating or whatever it does. I don't. I should figure that out. But
Wait, what's vibrating?
Ring,
The
ring.
stone
The
of far
stone.
speech.
Ring, ring.
Oh.
Sai, are you there?
We have not gotten there yet. We ran into some trouble along the way.
Are you okay? It's been like 8 hours.
Yeah, we're okay. We're trying to stay quiet because we're right along the path. So we want to make sure that we're not giving our positions away.
So you're like in town with everybody, or
No, I told you we haven't gotten there yet because we ran into some trouble along the way. It's okay though. We dealt with it, and we're gonna be on our way soon.
did you not remember? Time is of the essence.
Well, I mean, I was good to keep going, but some of the other ones that rely on other.
We'll motivate them. That's an order. We have to go.
Okay. I'm on it. I have no idea how to turn on.
I don't know how to
You
turn on.
think it's a flipstone, but it's not.
it's like, okay.
It's not a flipstone.
Just smash it on some other rocks. All right.
Yeah, well, it's not vibrating. Alright, so how far into my watch are we?
You're like this is like 20-30 minutes. You can actually 9. Okay. 20-30 minutes.
So how much sleep would everybody had gotten at this point?
Not enough.
About 2.5, 2.5, 4.5.
Okay, I'll wait. It's not a lot of time. I'll wait another hour and a half before. Actually, I'll go wake up Anna.
Right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Sorry.
I just talked to the queen, and she says that time is of the essence, and we need to be motivating people to get going. But I know that some of the spellcasters need more time, so
Well, at this
I'm
point,
not really sure what to do.
we're not much good unless we finish this rest, my friend.
I know. What do you think we should do?
Well, I mean, I want more sleep.
How much more sleep do you think they need? It's been about
They
it's
need
been
at
about
least
4 hours, so they've gone about 2.5 hours.
They need at least 6. We all need at least 6 hours of actual sleep. What time is it?
What time is it?
Like 5:30.
About 5:30 p.m.
So it's like not enough for me either. So
All right, I think we should give it 2 more hours and then see where they're at.
that will be similar to me right now. I'm pretty sure
You seem fine.
that's how math works, right? So can I go back to sleep?
All right. I'm gonna grab the stone and I'm gonna hit it.
Yes, Sai.
Hey, so I just talked to Anna, who knows a little bit more about these things than I do, and she's under the same impression that I am, that after the very tough battle that we just had, trying to go into the city without being fully rested and fully prepared would be a bad idea. I just want to kind of get your thoughts on this.
You know my position on this. I told you we were going in as soon as possible.
Even if that means not being fully prepared for what's ever up ahead?
I don't care. You are not the main force in this. You need to help, and you need to give your actual value is getting in and communication. This was a recon mission. Avoiding fights, not fighting, getting in and talking to the other clans.
How do you feel about me going in alone and then trying to find a way to communicate with the group later on? At least I'd be able to see if I could find a way in and then bring it back to the group.
If they're not willing to move, then do it.
Okay. All right. Bye. I'm gonna arouse Valchar.
Alright.
What?
I just talked to the queen.
Okay.
She thinks we need to get moving right now. I told them about our battle and that we need more time, but she's under the impression that we get going now. Do you either A, want to wake up now and get going, or B, would you like me to scout ahead and see if I can find a way into the city and then come back and relay that to you guys? This is coming from the queen, not me, keep in mind.
Sure. So, I really don't want you to go by yourself. just based on the fact of safety.
I don't either, but I mean, I know that you guys need more time, and I don't feel safe going into that city without us being at our max.
I agree. I also understand that the Queen is not exactly in a strategic mindset at this point. She's very one-track minded.
But also, her being in command, we don't want to have the first words out of her mouth when we bring back the king be they were insubordinate.
Well, those do seem like our two options. And it either means if we leave now, we're essentially leading us to possible death.
Mm-hmm.
Or we send you, and as long as you don't go in the city,
mm-hmm.
that might be our best bet.
I agree. And for what it's worth, I am confident in my ability to find a way in.
I believe that entirely.
Okay. I'll mark a rock off the trail. Probably 50% between here and town, and we'll meet there after everybody's up and I've found a way in.
You're only about an hour away from.
So I might be able to get back before then, but if I can't find a way in, then that's where I'll meet you.
Okay. So right just off the trail?
Just off the trail.
Okay.
Yep. And it's not going to be an obvious mark, so keep that in mind.
Sure. Unfortunately, I can't help you at this point.
I totally understand. All right, I'll see you there.
Let me...
My passive perception is 12. Would I have heard on any of that in like my like a halfway awake state?
Are you sleeping or half awake?
Like
I've never gotten it before.
I mean,
I'm so excited.
Sleeping, but
Advantage on
it's
stealth.
like you can hear things when people are talking around you when you're sleeping. If you're not,
What tone were you guys taking? Because
I don't think we were trying to be super quiet. I mean, I definitely wanted to make sure that Belchar heard me, but wasn't yelling, obviously.
And I was keeping it
I gotta
quiet
decide
so I
what's
didn't wake
what
him.
before I roll.
I would say out of a
Does
20,
low mean good or low mean bad? Like,
well,
out of a 20, we were probably using like a 7 to 12.
Well, that is very not helpful since her pet.
my passive is 12. So
Well,
I'm trying to
there you
figure out if I heard any of that.
no, you would have slept through it.
Okay.
That's about as much as I can offer for you.
It'll be a lot of help. Thank you.
Hope so.
All right, I'll see you there. And I will leave.
I'm gonna stay up until, because we were only a half hour.
I was only a half hour in.
I'm gonna have to stay up. Mm-hmm. Wait till you get your 6, and then I'll wake you up.
So 2 hours or an hour and a half now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because you had gotten 4.5, right?
Yeah.
And then so if I was a half hour into mine, that would have been 5. So you would really only need 1 more hour from when I leave.
No, 4.5 in total. That was all up to this point. You woke up Anna, then she went back to bed,
I see
then you
what you're
went to
saying.
your
Yeah.
Belchar.
Okay, so an hour and a half.
To 6 hours.
Yeah.
But you need 8.
Ooh, I'm at full health.
Well, you need 8 hours of rest.
Right.
6 hours of sleep.
6 of actual sleep.
All right, I'm gonna take off.
Okay.
All stealthy.
What you doing? Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of head towards town. I'm gonna stay off of the main trail.
Now, since Anna's not with you, you move at half. Actually, you probably move at a third because you're stealthing and in kind of
Rough terrain.
rough terrain.
even though I'm fairly close to the trail.
Well, I thought you said it's going to be like the trail will be full, but if you're going to be off of it, like and out of sight, it's going to be
Okay.
rough terrain.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'll move at 10 speed.
Okay. Give me stealth.
Okay. That is a 26.
Don't you
Let's
have
say
advantage right
you
now?
have advantage. They
That
gave
is
him
a
a
Well,
plus
26.
that's a 26.
Okay. You can. Where are you going? What are you trying
I'm
to do?
heading towards the town.
Okay.
Like I said, staying off the road, listening
can-
for people ahead of me.
You can get to the entrance and be undetected.
To the entrance of the town?
Yep.
Alright, I'm
Well,
gonna...
to the city.
Yeah.
So when I say town, I would more refer to the town where the queen is.
Right.
The
right.
city would be more.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to kind of look along the looking at the main entrance to the city. Are there like guards or a dragon sitting there, or
there's a large force.
like a barricade kind of thing,
Yep.
or
Yeah.
Okay.
More heavily defended than the previous one,
Okay.
but not by a lot. So I think I said the previous one was about 40.
Yeah.
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 This
that's right.
one probably about.
It was 40 when we passed it on the way out. It was
Right.
20 when we passed.
And so it'd be about 60 to 70 right now. If you had to, if given you some time to look around and
Okay.
scout it out.
So I'm gonna kind of stay around the outside of the mountain, but as soon as I'm like out of sight of the main entrance, I'm going to be right on the mountain, basically looking for other entrances in.
Okay.
I'm assuming that other clans have either secret entrances or exits or something along those lines.
What is that? There's a good roll for this, and I forget what it is.
Investigation.
Yeah, well, must have been a different Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, do investigation checks.
Different edition, maybe.
That's a 24.
3 was like
My D20's being better, guys.
so specific.
Until now.
Rip the use rope check.
Okay.
Oh, weren't there like
So,
100 skills or something in 3.5?
so this has been, it's
It's
about
an
a 1
hour
hour,
getting there.
and you're going about a third pace. So about now, well, a little bit into this, you would wake up,
Okay.
Yeah, I go back to bed.
and then you just switch.
Yep.
Okay, good night. Okay. Wait a second.
Do you say anything to me when you wake me
No.
up?
I'm just going right to bed.
This is great.
Wait, Valtar.
What?
Where's Sai?
Queen was talking to him. Yeah. It was either we go now or he goes. And I told him to not go near the city. So he's going to go scout.
So he's going near the city. Is the answer?
I mean,
to
you
that.
don't know that. I mean, you do. But Carol doesn't.
The number of times he did this when we were staying in safe houses, it's amazing he's not dead already.
At this point, it was
Thank
either
you.
we lead all of us to death because none of us are ready, or he has the best opportunity of actually getting information without the queen getting on our asses.
Okay.
I also didn't want to wake anyone else because of it.
Okay.
Sleep right through this one too. I'm rolling it. No, it was a 3 and then a 4.
You were
Nothing I
really
can do with
tired.
And face planted into some moss.
Oh, he
No,
went
I
to the
actually
city.
just set my sleep roll like really far away from y'all. I'm like at the edge of the camp.
Damn it, Sai.
All right, back to side.
Sweet.
Always thinks he's better at this than he is.
So
I mean, so far I'm just as good as I think I am.
Also, FYI, that blessing only lasts an hour.
Well, I stealthed to the town.
Woo!
And it was my first roll, to be fair.
Okay. So it was about 2 hours to get there, stealthing and off the path.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about 30 minutes to get a nice view of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then how long do you want to spend searching that area?
I'll probably spend an hour or so searching.
Okay, so you
until
search
I gotta meet them.
for about an hour, and you are pretty confident that there is not an entrance over there.
Okay. I'm gonna start heading back along the trail because I figure at this point they're gonna be wondering where the mark is that I didn't make. So.
Okay. So you would have woken up during this.
Cool. We are fully rested.
You are.
Almost.
I am.
I'm still like
You too.
an hour and a half short.
I'm literally gonna murder somebody.
If you don't want to do anything when you wake up, you just want to do your guard duty, then we can skip ahead to Valkyrie.
I did second.
Yeah, but then you have to do it again because I left.
Or Anna's
You
got-
have another 2 hour shift. Anna can be awake as well.
Yeah, and it's
Valchar
he
has 2 hours
He
of
has
sleep.
another hour and a half that he needs, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as Wick knows.
Yeah, so Wick wakes up
Yes.
and Anna's sitting there like
I thought you were gonna sleep the whole time. Where is he?
He went off to scout, and Valchar let him. And Valchar needs to catch up on sleep, so now we're delayed longer.
Smart thinking.
Yeah. It's a good thing we've got those two on the case, right? To be fair, Sai did wake me up in the middle of it, and I only vaguely remember this because I was pretty conked. But he asked me if we should go, and I said, no, I want to sleep, because I was asleep. And he appears to have also woken up Valchar, and apparently Valchar decided to strategize.
Well, he didn't wake me up.
Yeah, well, apparently
You're
Valchar
welcome.
gave him the answer he wanted. He didn't make it to you.
Got your high five.
Why did he feel like he had to go now?
Something about the queen?
Really needs to not be in a position of power if this is the way she treats her people.
I mean,
subjects.
To be fair, she did specifically ask us to hurry.
Yeah, but there comes a point when hurrying means we die and the king dies, and then she's kind of fucked anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't completely convinced that we needed a full long rest, but you guys were very gung-ho, so it's fine.
I was hurting pretty bad.
I think it's their fault too. Keep going.
You're not there!
Player.
You yell apropos of nothing.
That was not in character voice.
Wick, are you alright?
You hear a
That
whisper
was
on
not
the
in
wind.
character
Wick,
voice.
you're getting weirder.
Is that possible?
You hear a whisper on the wind.
Well, I mean, I feel like a short rest might have taken care of some of it, but whatever. It's fine. I just don't know how we're going to find him, because he rarely comes back on time to the appointed location correctly. The number of times I had to hunt him down.
Well, honestly, he's going to be lucky if he doesn't get caught.
Yeah.
This is a suicide mission.
Yeah.
I mean, the four of us doing it is a suicide mission. Him doing it alone is really a suicide mission.
With you awake, I'm going to go see if I can find him. And then
One
I
at a time. We
and
leave the camp.
then I sneak out.
I mean, if you each go individually, it's like 4 times as likely you'll succeed, right?
Yeah.
That's how that works?
It's just 4 opportunities.
Yeah.
Boom.
Can I track him?
Give me...
That'd probably be survival.
yeah, survival would be about the best.
Nature, maybe.
Natural 20 plus 8. So 28.
You don't need to give me any pluses. But, you're
Man, a 20 wouldn't have made it, but 28 does, so.
being so, like, you've been with Sai for so long, you kind of know his style. You know he's very hard to see, but he can be kind of careless when it comes to covering his tracks.
Hey, that is absolutely
I've
true.
lectured him so many times on this, and I'm glad he hasn't learned anything in this moment.
So you're
I know a whistle.
you're able to track him and kind of follow his path. It takes you probably twice as long as it took him. Well, maybe not.
I'm
No, he
not
was
limited
moving-
by rough terrain, but I am tracking,
Right,
so I
so
would imagine it probably evens
That'd be about
out.
the same.
Yeah.
Probably half, and I was moving at a third, so probably a little bit faster, but.
So you can start tracking him.
Okay. I track him.
Okay. You wait your hour and a half now. Okay, Valchar wakes up. Actually, well, yeah, Valchar wakes up.
Cool.
You let Sai go off on his own?
It was that or we all wake up.
Or we tie him to a rock?
That's happened before.
That's all that would be needed with his strength.
Yeah.
Honestly, a sapperling probably would have done. Lump a couple pieces of grass together, and I'm.
With his high dexterity, though, he would have eventually undone the knot, but...
He probably would have just fallen asleep again.
I'm like leaning against a tree. Like,
Need my second rest.
At direct request from the queen, it was either that or we all go.
Or we tell the queen she needs to stop being so irresponsible.
That's what I told Sai. apparently that wasn't the first call while we were sleeping either.
So we just don't answer the rock next time.
You said that very naturally.
You're killing Jane. Are you okay?
It's an IROC 7.
Great, so if I throw it in the river, will you still find it and it will still be working?
This edition is waterproof, so yeah.
It's a rock, so yeah.
So the best thing I could think of was to let him go scout. He did it earlier in the day.
Tie him to a rock or a tree or one of us. Tie him to Enna.
Speaking of Enna, where's Enna?
We love that because we're dating.
She said she was gonna go track Sai and then she poofed.
I think we're both in the same boat. I let Sai go. You let Enna go.
To be fair, you try stopping her.
I have spells for that.
I don't. What was I supposed to do? Hit her with the hex or Eldritch
Hammer.
Blast?
All right, we need to get back out to the trail. Sai said he was going to place something in the trail so that we would meet there,
Yeah.
or like just
We don't know
as
you
far
didn't
as
do
Delta
that.
knows.
I didn't tell you where, to be fair.
You said halfway.
You said about halfway,
About
you
halfway,
said just off from
You
the
think
trail.
I know what that is?
Why don't you meet me halfway?
So,
right on the border,
We
I'm
either
waiting
go
for
to
you.
we have
It's a
to
Black Eyed Peas song. It's not their strongest.
No,
we have to
I
go
know the song, I
and
didn't know that version.
go down the path. He was supposed to leave a very subtle thing in the path, and we were just going to meet off the path from there.
Very subtle.
Doesn't exist.
So subtle.
Question: have I found anything interesting along the way, including a rogue or
Absolutely not.
other like enemies or evidence of anybody marching up and down the road at all?
You were not near the road.
Not at all.
I was kind of near the road.
For a little
Oh,
bit.
were you watching the road and stuff?
I mean, I'm probably paying attention.
Okay.
You know, do I see any orcs marching towards Mordor?
All of them.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You, working the timing on everything, you've probably seen 2 patrols go back with about 8. Go.
Back and forth?
No, just one way so far.
Towards the town.
Out towards town or towards
Out
the city?
towards town.
Great. Okay, cool. Going well.
Mhm.
Alright. I'll just keep that in mind. Go ahead.
Lead
Yep.
the way. You are better at finding people. I've been trying to find somebody for like 3 months.
To be fair, so have I, helping you.
Hey,
Find
you're doing
said
great.
person.
You've been in 2 temples, so pretty great.
I keep getting kicked out of the goddamn cities, okay?
I'm going
If only the
to.
team could make the temples more accessible.
Plus
Not-
1 temple investigation mug.
I'm gonna not be on the path. I'm gonna be looking at the path for said.
Okay.
And I'm
It's there. You're just not looking hard enough.
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace so that both of us.
Am I on the path, or are you expecting me to not be on the path?
I expect both of us to not be on the path, assuming that there's going
Well,
to
that's
be.
going to be great for Wick.
Guess
Alright.
guess what I have though, because the hour's over.
This is true.
Does it teleport back to you?
Well, it's theoretically the way that I'm doing it is it's technically just a touch thing.
Oh, so you're... Okay, I see.
I
see
have
what
it
you mean.
as the coin because 1, it makes sense.
It's helpful.
It was-
2, it's also a way to track who's got the blessing.
It was great when I had it, but...
Which is now me.
All right. Stealth checks then.
So
Yeah,
Okay.
really helped that roll.
long rest.
I mean, it was fun. I'm excited for level 9 now where I just get that.
Wow,
And you cast Pass Without a Trace.
sure did.
So that's 28. I rolled a nat
Alright.
20, folks. Plus 10.
Plus 10
You're
minus 2.
as yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not going to be too bad.
Wick, where'd you go?
22.
Okay. That's actually
Rolls a 7, gets 6 less than me.
Mhm.
I hate my life.
You guys are pretty stealthy.
Hey, you built your own character.
So I'm looking at the road, like I said, for anything that.
Sure, we're gonna switch.
Yeah.
Cool.
So on the way kind of back towards
Yeah.
Psy Cave, I'm going to kind of step away from the trail and then phone the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, rock the queen. No, that's not.
Yeah, Sai,
We will rock you. Yeah, that sounds right. This is queen.
What have the other clans
You
said?
got it.
God damn it.
I wasn't able to find a way in, and the front of the city is very barricaded. There were probably 60 or 70 guards at the front gate. So unless you know of a way to get into the True Swords area, like a secret exit or something like that, we're going to be here a while until we can get in, because we can't take all them.
We've heard back from some of the scouting. We're going to be marching hopefully soon.
Keep in mind, there is a large group of soldiers not too far from town, so you are going to have to deal with that.
Okay. How many?
At least 40.
It was 40 when I left. Like I said, we kind of stopped off the main trail for a little bit. So but they were still sending people. So I would guess hope for 40. Assume that there's 70 or 80.
That shouldn't be a problem. Okay.
Why aren't you here? I don't say that.
Just try. Sai, can you get inside the city?
Like I said, not through the main gate. I can keep looking around the mountain for other entrances. I mean, you know the city better than I do. Any tips you can give me? Any other entrances that you know of? We
don't have anything unless you go all the way around and come in through the old town where you were.
Mm-hmm.
You're very talented with this stuff. Is there anything that you can do?
But like I said, I can keep looking. I can head towards Old Town. I can climb. Are there any exits kind of near the top of the mountain? I can, like I said, I can get up the mountain fairly handily. But unless there's an entrance there, that doesn't really do me any good. It just wastes more time.
Yeah, that's the Shadow Cloaks. If there's gonna be a secret entrance, they would be the ones to know about that. We're True Swords. We don't do stealth and treachery and things like this. So I need you to find a way in.
All right, we'll make it happen.
Please hurry.
I'm trying. Click. I'm gonna keep heading back towards them.
Okay.
I'm trying real hard to look for places.
For your mark?
No, I didn't make a mark. For secret entrances to the I'm.
Wait, so where are you going back?
According to the Queen, I am looking for places to get in.
Oh, okay.
According to Sai, I'm meeting back up with my buddies.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Heading back to look for my buddies. Basically the same route that I took on the way here.
Okay, so you came in on, let's say, the left-hand side.
I was thinking of the right-hand side.
Okay, you're on the left-hand side.
I mean, if you want to play my character, go ahead. Here's the sheet.
Then you went and then you looked around the camp, and then you ended up on the right side. Then you searched around for an entrance. Then you came back. So are you going to cross the road again and then go back down that same way?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'll obviously look both ways before crossing the road.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume you're smart enough to do that. Give me a stealth check.
Big assumption.
Right?
TBH.
I'm smart as hell. That is a 14.
All right, how stealthy are you being? Are you didn't give me a stealth check, so I'm assuming you're not doing it stealthily.
20. Oh, that 28 was a nature check.
Survival, yeah. I'm trying not to catch attention from the road, but I'm not. I'm just.
Okay, give me a stealth check at disadvantage then, just because you're kind of half doing it. And...
Well, that's a 1. Oof. Yep, that's a 1.
So you're really not stealthy.
Crashing through.
Give me
but I'm
perception.
very accurate.
Actually, both of you give me perception.
9.
That's 24.
Wow. Okay. Nice. You're able to see Sai.
10. Sorry.
Kind of walking.
I make the actual call. Oh, I can't really do it with my voice like this right now. Thank you.
I think to myself,
that hurt.
it's just a bird, and I keep going.
Okay.
No, not really. I know the call. I kind of stop and I look around.
You after a second you see Anna.
Hi. Yeah. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Really? You ran off? You couldn't wait for me to wake up? For real?
Yeah,
Okay, well, what'd you find?
absolutely nothing.
Great.
The front of the city is barricaded, 60 to 70
Cool.
people at the front. The queen keeps expecting that I'm going to find a way in, but not really sure how that's going to happen without her knowledge of another entrance. Or
Is there a wall we can climb?
I mean, there's a mountain we can climb.
Is there no point that's just like walls? It's all just mountain that it's in?
Yeah, it's
There's
it's
no
interior.
There's no perimeter wall at all to climb.
Yeah, it's a hollow mountain. So
Well, that seems like gravity will have the win of it eventually, but
yeah, I mean she kept saying like this is your thing, just find a way. But like the fact that none of the clans had like an escape route or a panic room or any other way to get in except for through the front fucking door, like I'm not. This is a very easy place to barricade. It's not an easy place to get into. Like I don't know what she's expecting of us.
yeah.
Well, this isn't the main gate.
That's what I was looking for.
Oh, this is like one of the pathways. The main gate is in the southern area of the city.
Okay, I unknowingly did not go to the main gate.
I thought you were going to the path entrance.
I was just trying to find any entrances that I
I'd
knew.
say, didn't we cave in the path entrance though?
No, I mean it was a little. It didn't.
They're dwarves,
It
they
didn't
find a
do
way
a
out.
lot. They eventually moved and got.
Yeah,
got
with
through.
40 people
Okay,
there.
well
to
that's
be able
definitely
to
not where I
get
thought we
through.
were going.
No, I thought it was front gate.
Yeah, I thought we were heading for the main gate.
Oh, I thought we were heading back down the path to the...
Yeah, because you guys said you stayed along the path.
Yeah. I didn't have time to get to the main gate. I wanted to come back, so you guys didn't.
Path is
go
vague.
super far.
Yeah.
Not
The path
I
to
assumed-
to the city from this is the side exit that leads off the right. And the southern area is where the main gate.
So there's not a main path from the town down to the main gate.
No, this is one of the side
Okay,
exits.
that's slightly different, but also the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is pretty much like this path has 2 points. It's very linear.
Yeah, I thought it was a branch off of a main path that went
Yeah.
down.
Town, city, path,
I
main
don't know, I'm
entrance.
saying that in Voucher's
somewhere
voice, but
I also thought we'd gone from the main path
So
until last
I
week
haven't
to
I
get
haven't
to-
looked at the main entrance yet. But if a side entrance is that barricaded, it either means they're expecting us to come back, or it's a side entrance with 70 people at it, which means the main entrance would have, I would expect more. I mean, obviously,
Well, but
people like me don't try to sneak in through the front door. So
the question is, though, is there any reason that they would have enemies coming through that door? All their enemies are either locked up in their halls or out here. It's Dune Hildar. Anybody who knows anything about dwarves is not coming to the city right now.
I don't know.
The main
I
gate
don't know.
probably doesn't need to be guarded that well.
I don't know. I honestly just did not have enough time to search all the entrances and get back to me.
I'm sure they
so.
have a guard, but again,
I'm sure.
we're their only enemies outside the city that are like
Well, and
active.
if I get caught and there's 5 guards, I can't take 5 guards just by myself.
Yeah.
So.
I actually
I
think the main gate might not be
Might be a
nearly
better
as guarded
spot,
as this
yeah.
one because they're
Yeah,
not
could
facing
be.
a specific threat.
Yeah, I wish we knew a little bit more about who else got out.
Yeah.
But
Question real quick.
Mhm.
The main gate, which halls is it between?
Yeah.
The primary one?
The
It's
clans.
between the true swords would be on the left and the heavy foot would be on the right.
So keep in mind I have this. What?
why do we
Why
go?
didn't we just go out the main gate?
because we were trying to get to the town that was owned by the True Swords.
Also, too,
Theoretically, there's
fine.
got to be a way to get there from the main gate.
Yeah, but you also were trying to talk to the other
yeah, that
the
was
other
thing,
clans,
too.
so you're
We
going
got to,
deeper
like,
into the city.
Mm-hmm.
we got to the backside of the city before we had to get out.
Yeah.
So do you think we should wait here for the other two, and then start making our way there.
Yeah. Is there any? How do we get around that direction? I mean, there's not like a direct path to the main gate.
Would I know that it
from
was probably
here.
through the countryside, or is there a road that kind of intersects the path?
Well, there would be a road
Not
that's
clear.
that's further up. It, like I said, it kind of branched out to different areas. You could make your way around, but you could also just
Go through the
track.
countryside?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's
I told you guys that the path branched off, and that
and
you
you
would
showed us
follow
the map.
the one.
Yeah, you showed us the map too. So I mean, yeah, I think that the best route would be to cut through the countryside because they're not going to send large forces through the middle of the country looking for us. So I think that'd be the best
I
way to
saw
get
at least 2 patrols of people reinforcing that little barricade.
there. How many more
We
people?
don't.
10 to 20, somewhere in there.
10 to 20.
A couple dozen,
I'll have,
maybe.
I'll have to tell the queen before we get going again, but I think we should meet up with the rest of our group. I think having 2 groups is not ideal for an entrance.
Yeah,
so let's just hold up.
I agree.
Gonna hold up right here.
Where did you tell them you would meet them?
Right here.
Actually?
Hey, sit here for a second. I'm gonna go find a big rock. I'm gonna carve a little symbol in it.
Okay.
The symbol means absolutely nothing, but I'm just gonna carve it anyways.
What symbol do you carve?
Yeah.
It's that one symbol. So I carve it, and then I come back to you
Just
and I
says
say,
sigh.
Sai was here, arrow pointing down. And then I'm gonna
For a
connect
good
you.
time, call Size Stone.
Let's be honest. For a good time, call Wick Tippers. And I'll put a rock number on it.
She has a rock.
I know, that's the funny thing.
You just gave out some random sending stone number. Because that's definitely how they work in Canada.
She's gonna be really pissed when she gets here.
Alright, well, whatever.
Hey, when they get here, don't tell them I just put that there, okay? Just trust me.
You're such an idiot. Do you
Yeah.
know
After a while,
You
no
just
perception
realized this?
checks for you guys.
This is not a new thing.
Well,
Like,
8.
17.
You
I
see
hate
the completely not stealthy Sai carve it.
I'm gesticulating wildly with my hands.
No, you're carving apparently.
Am I carving at the time, or
No, you got back and were waiting with Anna.
So what's the what'd you find?
Oh, I was gonna do something.
They don't see you. They don't see you guys approaching. They both rolled piss poor perception checks last
I'm
time.
gonna then see that, go around Sai, and say, "So what'd you find?"
oh god,
At this point, how far into carving Wick Tibbers for a good time?
no, I was
call?
done carving. I already asked. Unfortunately, I really only had time to scout the entrance to the city that we left. So, and there are a lot of people there.
I would expect that.
So our thoughts, both of us had this one thought together that we should go through the front gate because it's right next to the True Swords and the Strong Braids, right? Heavyfoot.
Oh.
So we're hoping that maybe that might be a better entrance to go in than the entrance where they know we
the
left.
reason I thought it would be
Yeah, we thought that
better.
together.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The reason
Go on.
I thought it might be better is because it's Dune Hildar. The whole thing is closed anyway. Anybody who knows dwarves isn't coming to the city right now. They probably, I mean, it's closed off, certainly, but they probably don't have a big guard there. I mean, what enemies do they know are outside the main gate?
What if they're not guarding from the exterior? They're holding everyone in as hostage.
Exactly.
So-
So I'm sure there are some guards there, but you said
Especially
it was-
considering what clan is right next to the main gate.
right, it's not going to be a fun way to get in no matter what, but there might be less. They might not be looking for us there.
It's worth scouting.
Yeah.
We need to see whatever we can get as an advantageous way to get in.
Yeah, any entrances that we know of, we need to look at before we start searching for a secret one. So that's what we gotta do.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, ready to go on?
Yeah, you guys can make it there.
By the way, this is the symbol that you should be looking for from now on.
What symbol did you actually make?
For a good time, called Wig Tibbers.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Mending on it
That's fair. Is
and
that
then
cantrip?
put it down. Yeah.
You know that gives away our position to anyone who knows who Wick is, right?
Well, yeah, but nobody else knew to look for.
It was right. Just carve like a
You know
symbol.
thieves can't.
Yeah, you guys don't.
If you show us the one symbol that you're gonna carve that means safe or here or this way, then we'll
You
know.
can even pick the one that means like butt. We don't care. Just show us a symbol and carve that one symbol.
Okay, we'll do that next time.
Okay.
I'll definitely remember.
Just find the thieves' can symbol you think is the funniest.
I already know that.
Probably the most vulgar, right? Yeah?
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Carve that one.
Okay.
It'll offend everybody else. You'll get to laugh about it, and we'll know where you are.
Just so everyone out there knows, it's the symbol for Japanese tentacle monster.
Japan doesn't exist in this world.
The Shadow Cloaks don't know that. Wraithbanes.
That's.
And I just look at it and go, sure.
Tentacle monster in this world is like the roper.
Yeah.
That's what it translates to.
I'll draw it so everyone knows it from now on.
Or like the kraken or something.
So it takes you guys about an hour, and you're able to get to the main gate.
Gonna be like
Yeah.
off in the woods.
All right.
scouting.
So
Stealthy scouty for us too.
looking in, it doesn't look heavily defended. It looks, from the first time when you guys walked into the city, it looks more defended than that. Like when you first walked in, there were just like 4 or 5 or 6 guards standing there.
Standard city guard.
Yeah. Now you can see that there are probably about 10 city guards there
Sure.
within sight.
That's something we can handle.
Are there any? Do they all look like sort of standard Hildar city guards, or are some of them these other folks?
They're standard Hildar city guards from.
Well,
From what we can see.
at least the outside part I was right.
I mean, I still really don't trust it.
Yeah, but
Can anybody change one of our appearances? I mean, it'd be nice to kind of go in and...
we can all change our own appearance, except for you. I thought you could too.
No, it's just you and me.
Just us.
Don't you feel ridiculous?
However,
But I can only make myself 4'6".
Oh, how terrible.
Well, when you're trying to fit in as a dwarf, it is in fact terrible.
I said
I
6
think
something.
here's what I think we should do is we should disguise our appearance. We should try to get in as somebody who wants to watch the final things of Hildar. And then if they let us in, then we know, and at least we'll get a close up look at them at the worst. And if we can get to the true swords, maybe we'll be able to, defeat these people if
They're
they
not gonna let us into Hildar. We had a hard enough time getting in when we had like a legitimate reason to be here, and Hildar was actually happening. It is not happening anymore. This is all
They don't know
by
that.
the way.
I assume you guys aren't stupid.
It's full lockdown.
Yes, wait.
So you can make yourself look however you want, right?
Yep.
Like, say, that big scary guy we've run into a couple of times who seems to trigger all of the bad events.
Did I get a good look at his face?
The smug guy?
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
face tattoos?
Another option would be
Keep in
those
mind-
Yes.
scaly creatures that we ran into on the road.
Keep in mind, if these are actually just normal Hildar guards and not Wraithbanes, they are going to attack you on sight.
Maybe.
They
Maybe
didn't
not.
attack us on sight. They told us we couldn't go in.
No, I'm saying if you dress up as somebody who's in league with the Wraithbanes.
And then he can drop the spell.
The Wraithbanes are the city guards.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said they were just standard Hildar guards.
That's what they appear like, yes.
Plus, but the Wraithbanes are in charge. The
Right.
city guards owe their allegiance to the Wraithbanes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm proud.
from what we figured out while we were in there is, they they're their own thing, but they essentially follow orders from whoever's in charge.
So you
They're lawful neutral.
look like that. You look like...
I could be one of the scaly creatures.
Sure. And you've captured the two of us.
A 4'6" scaly creature.
Well, how tall were the scaly creatures?
They were pretty sizable. Like
So you can make
Valtre's
yourself
height and
taller.
such.
You can be a baby scaly creature.
No, I'm 5'6".
So
You said 4'6" earlier.
I said I could make myself 4'6". It's the shortest I can go.
Oh,
and
I
can
see.
go a
Okay.
foot taller as well to 6'6".
I feel like sometimes people take advantage of the fact that I don't know that much about your spells.
So if you two change your appearance to look like that, it is taking a bit of a risk because we don't know what they may know about where his location is.
Yep.
And come in with us as prisoners. It could at least be a way in.
Do we want them as prisoners or do we want them hidden?
I would go more with hidden because if you guys come in with as prisoners, they might have the order to kill on sight.
But if you're there as Smug Dude, that might override that.
If Smug Dude is actually a dragon, like some of us
Or theorizing.
are theorizing, they're gonna know if the dragon is in there or out here. So
It's taking a risk.
I'd rather have you go in as another scaly creature personally, because that person with the tattoos is one person.
It's a little
So you risk-
too...
Very
Yeah.
identifiable.
Yeah. So if you're just another grunt, you have a better chance, in my opinion. What about that? I was thinking maybe you could dress up as the barbarian. Although
Monk.
Wick might attack you.
Monk.
The barbarian that we fought multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. We're on the
Yeah,
same-
I mean,
Although Wick might attack you, so keep that in mind.
as long as it's height-based, I can make myself look bigger just in general.
That would be smaller.
I can make myself look smaller.
But
As
not
long-
that much shorter.
As
We're
long
raging.
as the barbarian...
He's big for a dwarf. Yeah.
Okay,
he's
but-
a dwarf.
Can you make is the dwarf 5'6"?
Not 2.
5'2"?
I'm 6'2".
So the shortest Valchar can go is 6'2".
5'2".
Or 5'2". Numbers.
Probably
You could probably get close enough to. Well, let's see.
To
They're not gonna be like...
Continue
to fool a
discussions.
common
I will
alpha.
let you know.
Fool somebody who doesn't actually know him.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I'd rather go with the person who seems to have more power than a stupid barbarian who doesn't have that much power and influence over the city. This guy has literally commanded the Wraithbane King to do what he wants.
So, here's the other thing. I do not want us to go in trying to imitate another clan. And I'm going to touch you on the shoulder and cast a little bit of magic to make it shimmer like we were taught at the beginning. It's like, that's how they know. If I can make it look different, but as soon as they touch it, it validates which clan you're from.
So don't show your arm.
What if they... That's... If I go in as a regular dwarf,
They'll check it.
they might be at the point where they're checking anyone.
Sure, that's why I'm saying don't go as a dwarf. Go as a smug asshole.
Do you think it would be better for me to sneak in or be a prisoner?
I don't think we should split.
Let's.
Not at this
I
point.
think it'd be worth. I think it'd be worth scouting out the entrance and then making our plan based off that.
We also need to inform the queen as to what we see here.
Right.
Why? So she
You
can
want-
just tell us
you want
to
me to
go
do that
save her
now?
husband again?
We have to. It's part of our responsibility. I disagree with what is trying to happen or what she's trying to go.
We are true swords, though.
We are true swords, and we are here to try and help.
It's important
city.
intel to know what's going on at
All right.
this
I'm
other
gonna talk to the queen about what we've seen at the main entrance. I think that'd be a good first step.
So you'll convey that information. Okay.
Yeah. Just
We'll
about.
just skip to it.
And I'm also going to convey the information about seeing like 15 to 20 more people walking towards the
Quick
group.
debrief.
Yep.
That's they must have more guards inside. The front gate must be for appearances. It doesn't make sense that they would have. What did you say? 70 or 80 at the other gate, and then 10 at this one.
Our thoughts were that they knew that not only are they bolstering the ranks going in that direction towards you all, but they also know for a fact that we went out that way, so they might be expecting that we are coming back that way.
I would bet that there is going to be many, at least another 10 at the very minimum of more guards inside.
So what are your thoughts?
What did you tell her your plans for what you guys are thinking, or
Not really, just kind of relaying facts at this point.
well, okay, have you guys thought of a way to get in this town?
We did. We have 2 people who can disguise themselves, and we are hoping to disguise themselves, get to some of our loyal clans, and then kind of find one of the weakest entrances and try to hold that entrance, or basically we're just trying to get in at this point. After that, we can make plans on the go.
Well, that sounds really good. That just try to pretend to be one of them, and you can get in.
Who do you think we should try to be?
Who are we picking from?
Well, we're currently thinking grunt, a scaly grunt, the guy with the face tattoos, and then the barbarian, I guess.
Does she know the guy with the face tattoos?
I'm assuming at some point we
Yeah.
would have told her.
Heard about him, yeah, but hasn't actually seen him yet.
Well, from what I've heard, it sounds like that the guy is the one with the face tattoos does he have face tattoos?
He said he had the three.
They look like
tattoos that look like
scars. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tattoos that look like
Yeah.
scars.
Yeah, I wouldn't pretend to be somebody that powerful.
Mm-hmm.
There may be people that powerful. People in charge know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
I would go as a lower level, but
Somebody with enough
authority to
command these
scare
people.
the guards into just letting them through. I like the idea of becoming one of the scaly. They sound like lizard folk from your descriptions.
Yeah.
Going in as the barbarian is interesting. You would have to have. He's pretty well known, but they might not know where he is, so you'd have to have somebody very charismatic and who could play the role doing it.
And we'd also have to go on a little bit of luck that we don't walk by him once we're in.
There's that, but
Do you think going in as one of the lizard folk is the best idea?
it sounds like it would be the best bet.
Okay, maybe I'll take that into consideration. We'll keep you updated on our progress.
Okay, things are moving quickly here. We are going to be advancing on the camp. Actually, we're already starting to meet outside, so we'll be sieging soon.
There's going to be a lot of them, so be careful. Expect that there's going to be more than you think there are.
Okay, thank you.
Right. If anything really bad happens, give us a call. We can always come back.
10,
Well,
In a few hours.
If something really bad happens, you may not hear from me again.
Okay, well, good luck.
Good luck.
I'm going to transfer all the information.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily need to keep that disguise up once we're in. It's just a way to get in. How many times can you guys cast that spell?
How long does it last?
6
Oh boy.
for an hour.
I can do, if that's all I do,
You can do a lot.
I can do, let's see, that's 6 there. 8
Okay,
times?
Yeah.
so a lot. My point is we don't necessarily keep the same disguises in the same story once we're in as we do to get in.
Once we're in, we can just be a grunt because they would assume that
Exactly.
they wouldn't let anybody in that wasn't.
But if we can get in, that's what's important. That's why I think we need to do somebody who's not just a grunt, because they might be a little. That's when they might get the scary people to come and be like, well, why should we let this grunt in?
The thing that I would worry about with that, though, is that if we imitate an actual known person in their group, they could ask us questions that person would know, and we would not know the answers.
Or that Wraithbanes would know, and we would not know.
But if you're okay, I'm just saying, just for argument's sake, if I was a grunt working for the Wraithbanes and dude came in and was like, "Let me in," and I said no, and he's like, "Let me in," I've seen him kill people. I'm probably gonna let him in.
I mean, that's true unless they know where that person is. if they know that they're supposed to be in a meeting with the King of the Wraithbanes, we're gonna have a tougher time getting in than we would think.
Yes, I'm supposed to be in a meeting with the King with the Wraithbanes, but I got a call that these... I'm going with the fact that we're prisoners until we can think of something better. But I got information that these two were wandering about and they've been a big enough pain in my ass before, so I decided to deal with them personally.
I mean, yeah, that could work out. It also could not. If what happens if we walk through the gate and that person is standing there? Like, imitating an individual is dangerous. Is a lot more dangerous than imitating a grunt with some authority.
But we don't know which grunts have authority.
We do know some. We do know some individuals that have authority that these people would listen to.
Then they're not a grunt.
Right, I understand that, but the barbarian isn't exactly the king of the Wraithbanes or a potential dragon.
What about... I just realized I had to put that into character. What about that paladin from earlier? They're well known enough that they...
There's still the height issue, though.
Right.
You'd be closer to being the barbarian's height.
And let's really be honest for a second. Whatever plan that we make up is going to go to shit in the first 5 seconds anyway, so we might as well just get
Tyler, which of the Wraithbanes that we've seen and are familiar with is the tallest?
The barbarian would be the closest.
Okay.
And I could see the barbarian being sent out to deal with people too.
Especially if they fought us before.
I don't know if he would have enough power to just get through. To force his way through. Like, I mean, I know he would theoretically have enough physical power. That's something you don't get when you just pretend to be somebody though.
Yep.
But I don't know if he would have enough power to just demand to be let through. I understand the hesitance about being... We really need to find this guy's name out. We need to find everybody's names out.
Draco McDrakeface. I'm pretty sure is his actual name.
We don't ask names very often.
We don't. Especially when we're fighting people. And it's not like
or
they
spying
introduce
on
themselves.
them in the marketplace.
Anyways, I understand the hesitance about being that. The barbarian might be a good close second. I don't think both of you should be scaly people, random dwarves, whatever. I think at least one of you needs to be somebody we've seen theoretically
Can
in
you
some
speak
form
Dwarvish?
of power.
Neither can I.
I
don't
can
Dwarvish.
speak Draconic.
Exactly.
So it would make more sense for you to be one of the scaly people.
Scaly people, or the Scarface man.
Let's be honest. If I'm being really honest, I'm okay with anybody at this point. I just want to get going.
Yeah.
I think we should be... I vote for scaly folks.
So...
And you are the talker.
Here's the other thing. This is the best of our 2 entrances. Can we go scout for others?
Do we know of any actual entrances that are 100%?
Like official entrances?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would know that you could. There would be like when the lizard folk were coming in. You heard it from the queen. We're coming in from the market, so you know that there is an entrance up there that you've never been to or been around. But you would know the lay of the land a little bit, being true swords, that there is an entrance in the north in the market. Leads to a lot of smaller cities and.
Well, that's where we were going originally, wasn't it? Through the market.
Wasn't he headed that direction?
We were all headed. We were all headed that. No. We were all heading that direction, and that's when all the Wraithbanes kind of routed us out the main path, the path that we went down.
I'm so confused about this now because I thought.
Do you still have that picture of the map that we could look at?
Yeah, but I don't have those entrances on here.
Okay.
It's the main entrance. This is just for where the clans
those are. The 3
are.
of them?
This is just, that's the map of where the clans are.
Right.
And the map was not
so
completed,
it's the
but it's completed in here.
So it's the main entrance, the entrance that went to the town that we were just at, and then the entrance to the market.
The market entrance is the north. The path to Tremdor and and a lot of the other
So the market
littler
entrance
cities.
would have been significantly closer than the main entrance to Tremdor, right? To that
Yeah.
pathway. Okay. All right.
I don't want to try and bull our way through something. We might have good opportunities, but I don't want to pull the trigger on something that is just the better of two bad options.
Lesser of two evils. Well, there is a third option.
That we just found out about.
Nope, not what I was talking about. So I guess there's a fourth option. But I've already been shot down on this one.
What's the third option?
We leave.
And abandon them to their fate?
I'm not leaving.
We've been gone from the city for, what, 2 days?
I'm not leaving.
2.5 days, 3 days?
It would have been March there. You guys took a long rest there, right?
Yeah.
So
And then we left and we've taken another long rest, but that was technically the same day.
around 24 hours after you left the city.
Oh, okay. It's been a day.
Not leaving.
Ish.
A long day.
Anybody in there is captive or dead. Everybody might be dead. We are being sent on a suicide mission. This is not going to stop Asmodeus. This is not going to help us.
It is going to get us allies if we can defeat them.
Or it's going to get us all killed.
So
Which is
all
ultimately
the time
fate we were marching towards anyway, if we're going to face down Asmodeus. It just happens earlier.
I mean, I kind of came to terms with the fact that if we're going against another god and we are not gods, that we're probably going to die at some point.
Sure, doesn't have to be today. Today is not a good day to die.
If we say that about every day, we're never going to do anything meaningful in this fight.
Or we just don't die.
We're always going to have these kind of scenarios in our way to defeating Asmodeus. So we could either say just screw it right now and just not fight Asmodeus and live out our days happily in a small town, or we can actually try to do something about it, and I am not leaving. After all the work we've done here, you can't convince me. I'm not leaving. You are your own free person. You can go do whatever you want, but I am not leaving.
They welcomed us into our ranks eventually. I'm not leaving them. Not yet.
Then we die. Asmodeus wins already. And there's nobody else to stop this. The word isn't out there. People don't know.
People knew.
People didn't believe us.
The Shadow Cloaks figured it out after we got back from seeing Penny.
Yeah, it took them to convince other people. But things have been happening. There are other people who need our help, and I'm sorry.
Hey,
The good of
Valchar, do
this
you want to get
small
stronger to
place?
defeat Penny eventually?
I want to kill Penny.
Yeah, Penny has my soul. I'm not just going to go sit around in some tavern somewhere and drink myself helpless. Just for her
I'm
calling
not
me
saying
someday.
that.
Yeah, that's not our...
It doesn't matter what you're saying if you're saying that we abandoned them. I'm not leaving. You can leave if you want to. I would really not like you to, but I'm not. You're not my prisoner.
I understand the argument of run away, live to fight another day. I do. I've done it. I'm not at that point yet. Here.
We have other options right here. Right now.
We have going into a city that we know has a dragon, knows has somebody who has almost killed us before.
We still haven't looked at this other entrance.
That still involves us going into a city. This going into this city is a suicide mission. There's no way around that.
If we're
If
never
you're
going to
not-
face a suicide mission, we're never going to face a god.
We're not ready to face what's in there. We're not ready to face a god.
If you're not going into the city, why did we come this far? Like, why are you here? I don't understand. Like I'm glad that you came, but like, I don't understand why we're sitting here in front of this entrance, planning out something if we didn't plan on going into the city. This was the plan the whole
I
time.
thought we were just scouting out the city.
We are scouting out the city so that we can go in. That was always the plan.
That was kind of assumption A.
And I said from the very beginning, I didn't want to go back in there. I didn't want to come down here.
Then
I
go
was
back to
told
town.
you guys needed me down here.
We do need you, but you're not our prisoner. Go back to town then.
want any of us to die, and going in there, we're going to.
You don't know that.
We found our way out of a lot of scrapes. And
One very large scrape.
if
Too soon?
if I'm gonna die, it's gonna be for something I care about, and right here next to you three doing this is something I care about. But
Rather die here than when I'm old and
I've never
Can't do
expected to
anything.
get old.
I'd rather die when I'm old. I'd rather
let's be
have
honest.
lots
right
of
now, we
adventures
should have died with
that aren't
the rest of our group.
end of the world.
Everything now is bonus time.
We've been living on borrowed time for almost a year.
Great. I just started my life. I'm not ready to die.
Okay.
Just saying, going in here, going in somewhere else. We're going into this town, we're gonna die.
Possibly.
Call the queen. Say, find out how many other scouting parties she has sent out.
Be nice to meet up with them and at least make a large group.
Whether it be meet up with them or find out if we're the only ones out here.
Right.
If we're the only ones out here, I don't want to continue to be out here.
You know from the meeting, you are the scouting team because you guys Sai and I volunteered to do that. They said they used the rest of the manpower to prepare, and the other scouting teams went to search for the other towns.
We're the only ones at the city.
Okay.
Right.
So the next time the queen calls and tells us to hurry up, tell her to shut the hell up and get us more reinforcements.
You
Okay.
want a scouting party to be small.
You want a scouting party to be small, but if there's only one in the whole mountain, that is not efficient. Especially for people who are not part of this city necessarily and don't know any of the other hidden entrances. We know of two. We know of the third
You've
one.
been to two, you know the third.
But we've the two main ones that are public knowledge, and then the third one is true sword knowledge, isn't it? Or is that actually?
No, they're all three public knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just lesser used. Like most people use the gate because of the southern entrance, which leads to the continent.
Sure.
That's where like everybody goes, and that's where you are right now.
Yep. So we don't know any of the hidden entrances. Obviously,
Neither
there.
does the queen.
Yes,
Fine.
because true swords don't have hidden entrances because we're true swords. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That said, we still there. It doesn't say that they're not there. So having one scouting party of people who don't know, we didn't even know where any of the clans were, the clan buildings. I assume if they're going to have hidden entrances, they're going to be out of the back of it or down below it.
That's what I was looking for when I was up here by myself.
I'm
And
not
I
saying
did
you
not
weren't
find
looking for it.
No, I know. I'm just saying I didn't find one.
So
I don't think that we should go off the assumption that they're there.
no, but
Based
we
on-
still have another entrance that we can look
Yes.
at.
Yeah. So you want to go
Let's
check
go
out that
take a look
entrance
at
and
this
make our decision based
market
off
entrance. At the
all the
very
information?
least,
Yes, we're back in the. We need the information.
At the very least, our obligation is to provide information on all the entrances to the queen.
We are not going to go in unless we have a solid plan that all of us are with. I don't believe trying to disguise ourselves is going to work
For
as
long.
well as I think as people think it's going to.
It's not going to work for long.
Right.
We just need to disguise ourselves long enough to get in. Just get in.
We need to be able to make our way through the city, though.
That's
Let's
easy
go
to
scout
do.
the other entrance.
So-
and we'll make our plan based
We
off
need to
that.
scout the entrances. We need to relay that information on. We don't need to scout the inside at this point.
You guys make it to the other entrance, and it's in between the two. It's decently
More
well.
than the main entrance, but not as much.
More
as
than the
that.
main entrance, but not as much as the heavily guarded, because the other two are the main pathways to the other smaller cities of the dwarves, which are owned by them. So they know that's where a lot of the reinforcements would be easiest to come in. So those two are the more heavily armored.
Looks like the main entrance is the one.
What's the... So, What's the like building, like the structure of the 3 entrances? Like, are they all like big, heavy gates? You know, like barricades, basically, or what?
So we'll go over. Let me just pull up my map. The first one, the path to Tremdor, is more of a little like covered wagon type of road. Not really have inside like deeper. There's some like gating and such.
Right.
At
And
the
that's
edge.
a tunnel down.
Right.
To it.
So it's basically a tunnel out and then up to the
so
mountain.
an incredibly defensible position because you've been trapped in a tunnel.
And so then they built on the outside to keep people out.
Yeah.
The market entrance is more kind of like sunken in, so it's like you have to go up, and so they there's
up to get out or up to
up
get
to
in?
get out.
Okay.
So there is some fortification that they built on the kind of the top where it is, and then a decent amount of forces down there, and there's like a larger gate visible from the outside, and then the main gate is like a big gate that can come up and down, and then it's built kind of into the mountain.
Was the main gate up or down when we
Up.
were looking at it? So it was open.
It's open. Yeah, you can go up to it.
So main entrance.
I don't want to go in unless we have a solid plan. We're going in with a half plan.
Also, if we go in, what exactly are we looking for? What is our mission should we get in?
We're trying to find out what the queen asked us to do is find out the status of the inside of the city. Find out whether there's any defensible areas where people are actually fighting. Find out whether everyone is captive. Find out if there's a dragon running around still. Find out if the king killed the dragon.
Is it regimented and militaristic where people only move at certain times and certain shifts? Or is it a free-for-all?
We're trying to
As
find the
long as
best
you're
way
dressed
to
the correct way, you
overthrow.
can move freely.
the
What's
Wraithbanes.
the situation?
So any information.
Am I hearing any noises coming out of there? Like,
Yeah, what do we
fighting.
see? If the gate's up, what do we see?
What
Are you
we
guys back at the main entrance?
Yes.
Well, I mean, we were there for a while. What did we see through the open gate?
You see mostly those guards just standing there, and then the entrance. If you want to listen for things, you hear large crashes every once in a while, kind of.
So it sounds
Uncommon.
like people are maybe
Still
still
fighting.
fighting.
Mm-hmm.
pass that information along as well.
Is that all the information we want to pass along? I don't know how many more times I'm going to be able to get a hold of her if she's trying to fight back that
Well,
group.
pass along that we're hearing what sounds to be fighting happening, and that the market gate is more guarded.
Okay.
That's all we have at this point.
All right. I walk away from the group a little bit.
Okay.
Queen? Queenie? Anybody?
Sai, what do you need?
We found the other entrance. The other entrance is not good. I think that we're going to try to go in through the main entrance. We're hearing a lot of noises from the inside. People are still fighting.
Yeah, we're sieging the camp now. We need to know what's happening in the city.
Alright, we're going to try. Alright, good luck. Quick. They're fighting the camp that we passed on the way here, so a little indisposed.
Okay.
Sounds like they need the information. So I voted to go in. And I know you voted to go in. We voted to scout. Try to get into the city.
I vote that Valtar and I dress up as lizard folk and just try to take a look around and then come back. Make it quick.
Trying to bring everyone in is not going to work, because then we have to come up with a story for the two of you and not have them kill you on sight.
Exactly. As a side note, did the lizard folk speak common at all that we
You guys
So,
only spoke to them
I
in
only
Draconic.
spoke to them
only
in
heard them
Draconic.
speak Draconic? Can't respond to them in common,
Well, it's a good thing I know Draconic.
but you can't accidentally respond to them in common.
cast Disguise Self.
And you guys made your way back to the main gate?
Yeah.
The main
Okay.
gate.
Me too. Disguise and self.
What are you guys disguising as?
Sai.
One
Final
of
decision.
the spellcaster,
Just 4 sides.
the spellcaster lizard folk that we fought.
Okay.
One
And
of
I'm
them.
gonna be one of the grunty ones.
Okay. Anything else?
Before you go, maybe I could get a little luck.
Here you go.
Thank you. Just in case.
Am I going to try to sneak, or am I going in as a prisoner?
You're not. Neither of you are going in.
Only the two of you are?
I'm gonna add a big scar right here
Okay.
and ask you to tell him that I'm deaf.
Let's go.
So just the two of you are heading.
Just the two of us.
I'm going to be kind of... I'm obviously going to be staying back to a point where, like, I'm hoping that nobody will be able to see me, but I want to be close enough in case they need my help.
Before Sai actually does it, I'd put a hand on you.
Hang on. I have an idea and I need your help with it.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. It's the split the party. Eh?
So you two are they're walking
Split
up
the
now,
party-ish.
and you're gonna pitch your idea.
Sure.
I'm asking, when are you pitching said idea to Sai?
I'm gonna hold Sai back so that we can see them, and then if they get in, that's when I would pitch my idea.
Okay. So you guys are going to approach the main gate, and we'll be right back.
Good cliffhanger.
Sorry, I know the planning part is
Nothing
not
will
super
go
fun,
wrong.
but we got this.
Nothing will go wrong.